Hi. Yes, again, the subject of TFL, and with no movies to talk about and no show to discuss or anything like that, and no prompts to work with. This is bare bones stuff about my most personal subject, which still doesn't make me feel totally comfortable, but I don't like being in the situation. I never have, but it is what it is, so here goes. But yeah, I felt it was time to maybe do one. I've been thinking about it for maybe couple of nights now. But one of them is, well, considering the situation that most of us find ourselves in, might be coming to an end soon, maybe might not, but they've been saying, well, it's been over a year now, so it's just blooming ridiculous. And it hasn't made it easy for those who do suffer TFL. I mean, all this crap about staying in, well, in the early, a lot last year, don't mix, can't see them, don't do this, stay in. It's like, well, you can't do that forever, And for those who do have this sort of existence, it's like, well, it's damn joke, to be honest. But it's not made it easy, and I'm not going into the politics or anything like that because they just drive me crazy. I'm not bothering with any of that. This is just about TFL itself, and another thing I've been thinking about is, well, of course, with the way things are at the moment, you can't help but think of the future. I can't help but think of the future. And to anyone out there, by the way, who is in this situation, who is on their own, I suppose the best thing I can say is kind of just hang in there, really, because I know I am. I've got no choice, to be honest. But there have been times when I have wondered, will it ever happen? But again, I don't know if I've said this in another previous TFL video, but I made the kind of joke for a while now, like, well, anyone out there for me, if there is, there must be a Canadian Eskimo living in northern Alaska, because I haven't found anyone. Well, I certainly haven't found them, so they're not exactly close, but that's getting less and less funny now, because I am beginning to wonder if it will ever happen. I think part of the problem is I can't see it. But yeah, and there is that thing, of course, that, well, when it does happen, so many have said this, I think, over decades or whatever, different times. But yeah, so many have said this, that you never know when it can happen. And okay, yeah, I get that. That's part of the reason what gives me hope that it will happen at some point. But I'm busy with a few things, so that keeps me occupied. But it doesn't take away that basic desire or need for someone, really. And I've also just got past a bit of an extremely personal situation, which I am not going into. I've had a few, because I got into some bother a long while ago, real bother, which was all my doing. But yeah, past that now, thankfully, but that made it a very difficult time. And yeah, I'm still kind of the ghosts of that are still kind of hovering over me, so I'm trying to put it out of my mind, but I think that will take a lot of time. It will take some time to do that, but it didn't make the TFL thing any easier. So yeah, I'm trying to be optimistic about it though. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to remain looking forward. I am hopeful a little bit that it can happen, that someone will come along at some point, hopefully in the future. But for me, this is the future. So, but well, like Yoda says on one of the Star Wars episodes, it's difficult to see. You know, you can't see the future. You know, don't know what's going to come along. So I suppose that can give you a bit of hope. But yeah, it's still ongoing, yes. So that's not changed. But thinking about it and thinking about the future, thinking about what might happen, I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I've actually, a part of me has kind of accepted the fact, or is trying to accept the fact that maybe it may never happen. You know, what if I do come to that time? You know, what if my time does come and I remain on my own? Well, if that does happen, then it does. But I'm going to do my best, if I can, to try and make that not happen, to try and change that. Only I can do that. So I guess it's just a matter of waiting to see what happens, and just I guess just having a bit of not faith. I don't want to call it faith, but just holding on to that hope that maybe someone will come along in the future. And I mean, I've got some really decent friends, yeah, but that's not the same thing. I'm looking for a partner, you know, of the opposite sex. That's what I'm looking for. And the fact that it's taken so long, I don't know what that says really, but yeah, I am hoping for it to happen at some point in the near future. But again, yeah, this whole damn situation we all find ourselves in, which will hopefully come to an end, and when it does, it'll be like it never happened, but well boy, it did for too damn long. And I'm not going to go into any of that because I don't bother with any of it. But yeah, it did not make it easier, made it very difficult. And you do sometimes, or it does sometimes, one of the biggest things I've always feared is mental illness, because it runs in my family. Yeah, my mum had it, boy did my mum have it, yeah. 5 mental breakdowns, I mean, that's enough to throw anyone through a loop, that is. But crikey, I didn't speak to him for nearly decades, so and even my dad, it was as hard as nails, you know. I mean, nothing seemed to bother him, but even he suffered depression. So but it comes on to anyone. It comes to anyone, doesn't matter who you are. Depression is, yeah, not to be underestimated. It's an illness. It is a mental illness, and yes, I have always feared it. And with the way things have been going recently, it's like, just keep your chin up, just keep going, doing what you've been doing, kind of fight it, maybe fight illness, but just do other things. And you don't know, someone might come along, and yeah, you never know what the future might bring. So it's kind of hoping for the future, thinking about it a little bit, but trying not to be afraid of it. That's partly the key for me. Yeah, try not to be afraid of it. One of the new book, a new book that I've just completed, which I'm trying to look for a publisher for, waiting to hear from an agency about that, but I'm not holding my breath right now, but I'm still determined to sell it. It's all about, part of it is about fearing the future, because it's the unknown, isn't it? That's the thing about it. It is the unknown. It doesn't have to be supernatural stuff. You know, the unknown could be just, you know, unknown territory. You know, the future. You know, I don't think there's many who aren't afraid of the future, and sometimes I am. Have to admit, wish I wasn't, but I do sometimes wonder about it. Try not to fear it. But yeah, it's just it's difficult, but it is possible to just keep going and hope for it until the very, hope for it. Just keep hoping for it. Might take a long time, but just keep on hoping, and hopefully something can happen, and someone may come along. So to anyone out there who's in a similar situation, to anyone out there who is hoping for that special someone as well, and is in this TFL situation, yeah, just keep going, keep hoping, keep trying. You never know. Even with this crap that we all find ourselves putting up with at the moment, you know, doesn't make it easy, you know. But I'm going to give a crap about that, but who cares what they think. But it is possible, and nothing lasts forever. So on that note, I will say thanks for listening, and here's hoping for something to happen in the near future. Okay, thanks, bye.